Is Watoto even human? You know, we just don't know. We aren't certain whether Watoto is human or not. We can't say, get this disco ball out of my face. No more party time. We just can't say. I loved being, or rather playing the characters of Watoto's family was so fun. I had this really vivid image of just this complete and total conspiracy theorist family living in the woods in a trailer. Yeah. Where could they have gone, Watoto's parents? Who could say? Isn't it strange that both Watoto's parents and Scout's parents are missing? Odd. Yeah. All the parents are just up and disappearing. What the heck? No one's allowed to have parents in this universe. They all will be taken away by me. They went out for more foot cream. Yeah, it could be as simple as that, you know. Could be as simple as that. Coincidence? I think not. Well, maybe. Could be a coincidence. I don't know. Maybe they're in a similar Facebook group. I don't know. Who could say? Who could say? Just going out for a little party. I don't know. Very interesting, though. Interesting stuff. You know, Watoto's father was not supposed to survive. Watoto's father was not supposed to survive that tutorial. The shadowy being, is actually a Nexus Crawler. That's what they're called, Nexus Crawlers. Yeah, servants of the Wyrm. And they are horrifying creatures that can basically bend time and space and reality. Which is why they were always in the corner of the eye. You can't really get them out of there once they're there. They can do crazy shit. Stuff even crazier than that. Yeah. You can get those guys around a mage and the world might just end, I think. Yeah. What is MythBreakers? It's a tabletop roleplay game I'm playing with Hololive English. Wyrm is bad. You can tell who knows what the worm is by how they spell it. Yeah. From the old world of darkness, I do what I want. I like it too much, so I'm home brewing it into the new. It's too cool. A lot of people are asking about Iris joining. I think that would be great, but it needs to be for the future. Right now, we're kind of going to do the first season with just us 5, but I'm open to it in the future. Absolutely, would be very fun. But right now, first season is just us. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm home brewing it because the Wyrm is cool, and I love the whole Pentex story as well. And like the origin of the dude who started Pentex is just really, really fun to read about. Yeah. I kind of just take the lore that I want from where I want, but the system will be New World of Darkness. 100%, 100%. But in terms of like lore things, if I can homebrew whatever I want anyway, then there's no problem with me taking old World of Darkness concepts and putting them into the new. So there are seasons in this. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to make it so that each season is 5 sessions. So if someone isn't having fun, or something like that, or it's just not for them, they have the option to dip out and whatnot. We can give their character a good send-off. It's just basically like having arcs, you know? Yeah. Yep. Season 2, let's go. Yeah, making it interesting is what's important. I'm inclined to agree. Homebrewing is satisfying, indeed. Oh yeah, the Pentex. Oh my gosh, the Pentex shit is pretty horrifying. Yeah, the specific book is so full of squick and barf-inducing stuff. I was feeling pretty sick myself reading some of the things in there. It's pretty nuts, though. Pretty nutso. Beach episode when? We can only really have one. Guys, it needs to be an onsen episode, beach episode. I think trip episode is fine. That could happen anytime, but... Sounds pretty yabai. Yeah, 25 episodes and an OVA. I know a lot of people want that beach episode. I know you guys want it. But it's on the west, it's on the West Coast. It's the West Coast. Who knows what the beaches on the West Coast are like? Maybe their onsen are better, I don't know. Oh man. Watoto's tutorial though. Definitely, there was a big part that I planned for that did not come into fruition. For a multitude of reasons. There are a lot of reasons, but there was actually another character who was supposed to make themselves known in that, where was it? It was the Magadon warehouse. Yeah. That for some reason Watoto's father was connected to, at least what used to be there. I think it's pretty obvious at this point Watoto's father is connected to the whole Pentex situation, pharmaceutical stuff. At least one of the companies owned by them. I think I mentioned that Papa Watoto had a pretty crazy job back in the day, right? Yeah, now there's that new pharmaceutical place, right? It's making business real bad for Watoto. Yeah. There was the bomb situation. You're gonna blow up that place, right? And the other salesmen who were also planning on bombing the place because it was a thorn in their sides. One of them was actually a traitor. Yeah. That was the plan, at least, for them to actually secretly be a researcher working in the warehouse who encounters Watoto. Yeah. It's gonna be a bit of a crazy situation. Yeah, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out in the end. With Watoto's choices, it just didn't fully come to fruition. So, the mushroom bomb. Yeah. But, yeah. Watoto went and found the secret garden. Yeah. It was spooky, full of nastiness. Tainted by the Wyrm. It's pretty creepy to think about. The pharmaceuticals being made with, pharmaceuticals being made with that nasty, crazy stuff that could taint people. Uh-oh. Surely Watoto has, the prime stuff. That's why you should always buy from an independent seller like Watoto. You gotta be careful of those big Magadon pharmacies. You gotta watch out for them. Make sure they're not owned by Pentex first. Is Mama Toto alive? Gotta wait and see. Yeah. Gotta watch out for Magadon and Pentex. Better to buy mushrooms from Watoto, I'd say. Try to trust your mom and pops. Let's see. What's this? Am I the type of DM that revolves the world around the party's actions, or will things progress visibly without them being directly involved? Oh no, I definitely want it to be revolving around their, Megaton. Stop! Stop making- oh gosh. No, I want it to revolve around their actions. It's no fun if I just railroad the whole story. I'll definitely have a big overarching plot, but, a lot of things come to me on the fly, improvisation-wise, when things don't go as planned. I have to think rather quickly. Think on my feet, right, deadbeats? And other friends. Because I know a lot of other friends are here as well. Heck, you guys are all deadbeats. Yeah. It seems fine for a tutorial, though. Yeah, I'd say for a tutorial, I kind of tried to drive the plot a little bit more. But when it comes to actual sessions, I'll probably lay it out similar to a game. there'll be an A point and a B point, but how they get to it will be up to them, the things that occur to them along the way. There'll be a mission and a goal, but if they find a certain way to approach it that doesn't necessarily yield the exact reward or end that I had planned, I can still tweak it, you know? And then one chain of events sets off another chain of events, and then it becomes all 100% improv and everything I planned is out the door, but here we go anyway, right, guys? Good to have backup plans, I guess, but even those backup plans sometimes become not feasible. Yeah. Oh, heck yeah. Law school nerd. Happy that you're running your own campaign. That sounds fun. Do your best. Yeah. DM's curse GM problems. DMing 101. Learn some improvisational skills. Because you might need them. You might need them along the way. You really might need them. Then we have Scout, of course. You guys seem to love Scout, and it was really neat seeing that Scout had some art out there. So I think everyone has drawn their characters except for Amelia, who kind of wants Watato to be ambiguous and like you guys to just draw your own fan art and that kind of thing, which I think is very neat. You guys can all have your own interpretation of Watato. Everyone's got their own interpretation, but yeah, Scout had like a reference picture. It was very, very cute. And also just a really distinct character, I would say. Yeah. Gosh, what a fun session that was. It's interesting that we went from mystery lady, possible bard, to Scout. Yeah. What a fun change, what a fun twist of events. And the interactions between Scout and Dr. Nice were just too freaking priceless. Gosh, they were too good. I loved, how Scout also exhibited that bit of gaff moe as well. I'm gonna trust you a little bit and kind of be welcoming, but then at the next moment I'm gonna be strangling you against the trailer. Yeah, she played really good as Scout. A very good RP. I was so surprised that it was her first time because she really pulled it off so well. I was blown away. I was thinking, is it really your first time doing this? Alright, I'm gonna put my gun away because I trust you guys now. Yeah. I was honestly, yeah, really blown. No pants! Didn't even really think too hard about that one. Ah, yes, you were wearing no pants. Yeah, I guess Scout wasn't wearing pants. Show me your PDF. I mean, in fairness, maybe the doc did have a PDF saved of the PhD that he very well could have pulled up on his laptop to show to Scout. Makes sense, really. Have one of them there PDFs. But yeah, I think that Scout's session was maybe one of the most yabai that I had kind of planned. I mean, think about it. A well that eats people. What? I mean, I think that some people have been able to put it together by now, but since it's not much of a mystery, I'd say, more something that you might just have to like think about for a minute, I'm cool with explaining it. So essentially, what can be inferred to have happened, and I think, actually, let me go ahead and put this out there real quick. I think Scout's story pretty much tied all the ends together, more so than anyone else's, I would say. A lot of them still have loose ends. I think the only loose end for Scout's tutorial is what happened to Mom and Pop, but overall, it's pretty much a cut and dry full story that was told. Essentially, what can be inferred is that Scout's papa, they've always had the best materials, the best mining materials to make the best weapons, the best tools, etc. And people in town would gossip, like, why? Why do they have these amazing tools? Why are they so high quality? You know, that in the beginning is quite a red flag. Why are they so good? Could you even possibly have something like that without making a deal? A special deal? With some kind of entity, perhaps? Of course, there's always a blood price to be paid, right? But I promise it's worth this on-demand homicidal circus. All you really gotta do is sign on the dotted line. It's probably fine, right? Sec your soul is mine, it's all good. These good benefits. Sorry, there is a blood price to be paid. And so, in order to get those good materials, Scout's Papa had to do something pretty nutso. Because the mines wanted flesh. Yep, the mines wanted flesh. Well, what is Scout's poor papa to do? Of course, Mama's in on it as well. But what are they to do when they really want these good precious metals, right? They drive up the sales really well. But what are they to do when there's a blood price to be paid? Meat cave. You gotta make a sacrifice. Well, we know that Scout's mom and pop are real moral upstanding citizens. So instead of just throwing anyone into the well, they throw old people. What the F word? God, it would have felt really good to say fuck. So that's what they chose to do. And people around the town would always be speaking very highly of them. You know. Oh, they're so nice looking out for the elderly and whatnot. The elderly go and stay with Scout's family. That's how it's always been. As guests and whatnot. What exactly happened to them afterward? Well, sometimes they disappear for a while, other times they show up dead, other times they're reported dead by the family. Why does no one raise any eyebrows at the fact that the older folks are dying when they go stay with Scout's family? Well, because usually the ones that go are pretty much very, very unhealthy. Almost beyond saving, really. And so no one really raises their eyebrows. Plus, come on guys, it's belt buckle. People, they just aren't real smart, I think. That town, the people there, they just, it's just one of those towns, man. You know? Which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. They just don't raise their eyebrows. A small, quaint little town, you know? Nothing too out of the ordinary to us, kind of sus. Maybe not the brightest. It's fine. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, when you don't notice that people are dying when they go stay at someone's house, maybe there's something wrong with it. But other than that, they live nice, peaceful lives. You know, let them do their thing. But, yeah. A little suspect, right? A little bit. Yeah. Poor old Betsy. What a shame, what a shame. Yeah, but that's why it's such a problem right when the doctor comes in. It's now that old Dr. Nice. What a jerk. Coming in saying that he can cure the old folks. And make them live a little bit longer, that they don't need to live with Scout's family. Making it really hard to feed the mines. Yeah. Real hard to feed the mines. Yeah. I just really love the idea of, like, that kind of situation. The family being kind of suspect and, making a sacrifice of human flesh to an actual place, like the mines. At least old Crinkle. Old Crinkle! I love that Gura and I basically came up with the character of Old Crinkle together. It was too good. It was too good. I watched that part over again and I was like, wow, this is the creation of an original character right here. The name just came from me saying, yeah, you crinkle your nose as you want. And Gura just says, yeah, that's his name. This is good stuff. Yeah, Old Crinkle has got some werewolf stories, though, I tell you what. I think Old Crinkle could just be hallucinating from that moonshine. Moonshine. But, you know, werewolves love moonshine, so Old Crinkle interacts with them quite a bit, right? They get a chance to interact quite a bit, for sure. Oh, I want to see Old Crinkle and Watsuto interact. Oh man, that'd be a ride. Yeah. I hope he'll be a reoccurring character If it's right, I won't shove him in there for the sake of funny jokes and whatnot. As much as I'd love to, I'd like it to make a little more sense, but we'll see what happens if good old Crinkle can make a little reappearance. Yeah, old Crinkle's got those werewolf connections. Here, why are we looping this? Stop looping. We're talking about Scout now. Sorry guys, hold on. We're talking about Scout. Good old Crinkle. Good old Crinkle. The girl was thinking of furries, not werewolves. I mean, the way I described it, you'd think I was thinking that too, right? Yeah. It's okay, old Crinkle's just confused. He may have seen some of them passing by and didn't realize that they weren't werewolves. You gotta realize that it's not only werewolves that like old Crinkle's moonshine, but maybe also the local furries. Hey, let them get their drink on. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe old Crinkle has been enjoying like some raves with them and whatnot. You never know. Good old Crinkle seems like he might enjoy a rave or two with that moonshine. But definitely don't drink that moonshine. Don't drink it. They're terrifying? Nah, they're fun. Let me see, hold on one second. One sec. What was my first one? Nothing! I don't have one of those! I don't have one of those. I don't. Keyboard ASMR, let's go! Yeah. Let's see, where were we? 75 minutes late. No, you're fine. We're still talking about Scout's adventures. I was gonna say misadventures. Adventures. Yeah. I'm so glad so many people like Dr. Nice. The Doctor wasn't supposed to have a personality, you guys. The Doctor being in the town literally only existed so that Papa could rant during dinner time about how annoying it was that there was a new doctor in town. That was it. Scout wasn't supposed to go want to visit him. That was completely driven by Gura herself. Have I played any other World of Darkness games? I ran a Geist the Sin Eater campaign. It was pretty fun. A little more complicated, but definitely fun. Love the Doctor. Yeah, I was very, very surprised that so many people liked the Doctor. I mean, the Dr. Nice is genuinely just nice. Is that really so hard to believe? Gosh. Is it really so hard to believe? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little. Geist was fun as hell. I'm glad someone else has played Geist. I think a couple people have. Let's see. 1 second. I'm trying to read. Random characters like that come to life all the time. Once made a generic charming merchant among a bunch of generic merchants, and a year later a player character literally married. That's my favorite. I love when that happens. I love when that happens. Magic stuff like that can happen. Out of nowhere. Just a generic NPC can become a big character. It's magic. What about Scout's sister? Yeah, I guess that's another character that I didn't realize existed until the last minute, because I was reading Scout's backstory, and somehow I managed to read that Scout had a papa and a mama, but I completely skipped over the sister part. So now I'm like, uh-oh. But now we've got another friend who, I don't know, might be able to help out at the bar. We're all on a big magical journey to the city. It's nice. It feels nice that there's like a trio, a caravan, you know? We need to taste old Crinkle's moonshine? No, you don't. Dr. Nice. So many people really like the Doctor. I'm happy. It's nice. You know what? It is nice to have one character in the midst of a bunch of characters with strong and maybe kind of like, I don't want to say negative personalities, but like characters that aren't just outright nice. It is cool to have just the one nice character be there sometimes. When I was running my Geist the Sin Eater campaign, there was literally everyone hated each other. Everyone hated each other. It was interesting because I ran that campaign with a bunch of friends that I had been in the same World of Darkness campaign with. I basically said, all right, I'm doing my own campaign, come join. And in the World of Darkness campaign, all of our characters became a family, right? But in the Sin Eater campaign, everyone hated each other. Hated each other. But they were forced to work together. They had to be together. Except there was this one player character who was just this sweet, innocent child. And everyone wanted to protect the sweet, innocent child. But they all hated each other. Oh man, good old memories. So I'm wondering how they're gonna be in this game. I'm very curious how certain personalities will work out with each other. Yeah. That Sin Eater campaign was wild. The ending was crazy. A couple characters went to hell and could not come back, and then there were a couple everyone else went to jail. And I think the little girl was the only one who got to leave unscathed and live a normal life. Oh, what is it? The consequences of your actions, it must be. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in this campaign. I'm very curious to see what kind of turn it will take. I want to know. Don't touch. Gotta protect the little ones. But we don't have any child characters except for the merchant kid. But the merchant kid doesn't... I don't know if you can really... I don't know if the characters will have any feelings of wanting to protect that kid. I think that kid has seen the streets more than they have. Oh, man. It's nice to have, like, a pure light, you know? I don't think amongst the player characters there's anyone like that. But at least we got Dr. Nice, right? You'll be protect. Maybe Yule, but Yule... I don't know. I don't know if... Yule doesn't come off as like some kind of cinnamon roll, quote unquote, to me. But she does come off as like the most level-headed, despite the sleeplessness. Right? Wado plus Scout Toto. Yule is a bit reserved and cold. Yeah, I kind of got that feeling too. Not quite like a sweet and charming character to be protected, but definitely like the more level-headed, I guess. Vic is a good guy, but not quite like Dr. Nice. Vic still has like a couple issues that need to be worked out. She almost killed Vic. Yeah, exactly. Not to be protected. Let me see. Was this the one I wanted? Yeah, this is like a nice little calm ending sound. Yule went for attempted murder. That was so funny because a lot of people actually pointed it out. That the way that the professor had worded it on the phone, Yule didn't have to get rid of him like that. Get rid of him? When I thought to myself, okay, we'll have the professor tell Yule to get rid of him, I wasn't thinking murder. Believe me, I know that I'm like the Grim Reaper and whatever, but murder was not on my mind there. My thought was, okay, let's try and get Yule to enter the school if at all possible. There must be some way to get Yule to enter the school, but first we gotta get rid of the janitor. We gotta get rid of Vic. And my thought was that Yule was just gonna knock Vic out or something like that. and then go back inside the school, or just because Vic was walking away, she might just say, forget it. But no, Ina did take my words literally to say, okay, we have to actually really, really get rid of it. Yeah, so that's the thing. It did sound like the professor was suggesting that. I think it depends on the person. Because for me, I did not think of that at all. And several others also did not think of that at all. Depends on the person. Hey, if you have murder on the mind, stop that. Stop that now, because that's my job. So, you get that out of your head, deadbeats. You get that nonsense out of your head. Don't you take my job from me. I don't want you taking any work from me. I'll get you for that. Watch, maybe Yule is the first one to go slasher. You guys know what slasher is? When your character goes slasher, that's when your morality drops from 7, is it 7 right now for everyone, down to 1. Yeah. The morality levels are interesting because they each encompass like a certain amount of things that a character will be willing to do. You know, lie, steal, cheat, I would say, is somewhere, I'd say around 6. We don't have any characters that are hardcore thieves, right? But eventually, when you get to 1, I think you can guess, you turn into a bit of a murderous psychopath. At that point in the game, you hand your character sheet over to me. It's mine now. And you leave the rest to me. Watato's a thief, then I guess Watato's 6. We gotta change that. Guess we gotta change Watato to 6. But watch Yule is the first one to be slasher. Yeah. We never really had to roll sanity, I feel like, for my, rather do like, I guess we would call it a morality check, at least when I played. But we never really had to do that in my campaign that I played in. But I definitely want to see if we can do it here, because I think it sounds fun. I think maybe we did a couple times. It had to be something really, really, really yabai, though, that happened in the story. Like a loved one being murdered before a character's eyes, that kind of thing. Very seldom did we have to roll for that, so. Yeah. Ina just panicked and picked the nuclear option. Also very possible. Very, very possible. Did I loop this? Yeah, it's on loop, okay. Cool. Yeah. Either way, that was fun. It was a lot of fun, though. It was a good time. I did get a good chuckle out of that. Yeah, you would think maybe everyone's, like, sanity would go down a little bit after everything that happened to them, but not quite, not quite. No, we're just entering the world of darkness. There will be things that break their minds more, don't you worry. Don't you worry. Cold-blooded murder of a janitor, maybe? Maybe. It did surprise me, it did surprise me. I think in any other normal session, we might have had to pause for a minute and be like, are you sure you want to do this? If it is, we need to talk about morality for a little bit. Gura almost fed Dr. Nice to the well. I loved that character development. With Gura thinking, alright, maybe I should leave the doctor, whatever. And then she turns around and pulls off her pants to save the doctor. Did not see that one coming, but it was a very pleasant surprise. Extremely pleasant surprise. Almost sacrificed the doctor in desperation. Yeah, but she, in the end, she saved him. I loved that. That was such a cool character development. For her to be like, I can't leave him behind. It made me like Scout a lot more than I already had, which is crazy, because I really liked the character from the beginning. We had some good roleplay together as Scout and Papa, I will say. It was fun just to do it. It felt like just RPing with a friend, you know? I mean, technically that is what it was, but it was on a stream. It felt very fun. Somehow nostalgic, even though I didn't really do a ton of RP in the past. I don't really think I did. RP. I certainly do have a bunch of friends who enjoyed that kind of thing, though. RP. Yeah. I guess that I really got more into it when I was doing tabletop stuff. sometimes me and the other players in my campaign would have some kind of unresolved business that we didn't get to finish, conversations that we wanted to have outside of the main scenario, right? And so we would start up RP docs, and we essentially wrote like fan fiction together. But it's not fan fiction, it was really for our game. But the style we'd write it in was like similar to a joint fan fiction. Yeah. So for example, I would start off by writing like a paragraph about what my character is doing, and then the other person would write about what their character's doing and how they kind of meet up with each other and talk about stuff. That's what we used to do back in the day when we couldn't finish conversations or couldn't have certain conversations in the campaign because there wasn't enough time. We didn't want to take up too much time from the other players, that kind of thing. It was fun. Yeah. That's how you know you fell in love with your characters. Yeah, definitely. It was nice to feel like we were learning about them and writing them even more and more and discovering more about our characters as we played them. It was very neat. I know it sounds very nerdy. It is a very nerdy thing. But when it's just you and your friends, there's no need to be embarrassed, right? Because you're just playing a game with your friends who are not going to judge you, you know? There's nothing embarrassing about it. Me and my friends, we had a good time. I know that it is nerdy, but fun. It's fun to make characters. That was what I really liked to do. A long time ago, I would just make characters any chance I could get. I had a whole list of my own original characters. So that's why doing tabletops is really fun for me, because I can make a whole world and I can play with the girls' characters and my own characters that I make, and it's like a whole story, you know? This is really neat. It sounds so fun though. It was a lot of fun, I will say. Some good jokes, some good fun times. You come home from your part-time job, you crack open an iced tea, and then you're excited to see that your friend has finished writing an RP, and you rub your hands together like a fly. Oh boy, what am I gonna write next? And you sit down and relax after a long day of work, and you type up your reply. Yeah. At least that's how it was for me. Yeah, it's like I'm a game master. I mean, TTRPGs are supposed to just be fun in the first place. It should be fun. Yeah. Should be fun. It's always just about having fun. It sounds very sweet. It was a good time. It was a good time. I only hope that that the girls also are able to have a fun time with it, and that it's at least a fun collab. I don't know if everyone will be super intrigued all the time with the story and where it goes, or with the game itself in general. I can't promise that to them, but I hope if anything it's a fun collab, you know? And each week we'll do a session on a different person's channel. So, first session will be on my channel, and then the second session will be on someone else's, and then the next on someone else's, but yeah. Everyone will get a chance to have it on their home turf. So, everyone does seem interested, and they all did like a really, really great job. So, yeah. I don't feel like there was any time that I had to really, really push hard, or was even having a hard time GMing, to be completely honest. So I have my hopes really high. I never felt like, oh man, this is gonna be hard to GM this person ever at all. I mean, if I did feel that way, I wouldn't tell you. But if I didn't, then I also wouldn't be saying this. Yeah. Did that make any sense? Maybe it didn't. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is everyone did a fantastic job. And I'm very confident in their abilities, and even if it's not perfect in the beginning, or they have a lot of self-critique, etc., I think that they'll really grow into their characters a lot more over time. I'm betting on that. Yeah. So let's see what's going on, guys. Let's see, one sec. Alright guys, so I think you heard me click-clacking my keyboard quite a bit before. There is a possibility that I actually cannot watch the YouTube Music Weekend thing with you guys. I'm very sorry about that. I'm going to go watch it on my own, but I don't think I actually can watch it on stream while you guys go watch it, unfortunately. I wish I could. I don't think it's gonna be able to happen, sadly. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to go try and read as many super chat, definitely from this stream. I'm gonna read this stream supers, and likely we won't get to the others. I really wanted to read all of them tonight. Believe me, I wanted to pull that all-nighter. But I'm not gonna start up another stream just to read super chats, so I guess we move them to tomorrow after Cursed ASMR. I'm so sorry they keep getting moved. I'm so sorry. But I'm not gonna keep letting them build up. We're gonna read these ones from tonight. So guys, for those of you that came to hang out and talk about the TTRPG, I hope I was able to recap you a bit on this. And thanks guys for being understanding. I'm pretty frustrated mostly with myself for not realizing earlier that I couldn't do a little watch along. That's definitely my fault, and I apologize for that, guys. But I hope you guys will still go watch the premiere that's happening. I'm gonna be watching it. You'll see me in chat. But yeah, I can't watch it on stream. We will get these supers read, and I'm gonna read the ones from this stream for sure. So yeah, with that being said, guys, thank you so much for coming to hang out and recap about the story. Even though no session this week, and the first will be next week, I hope I've been able to kind of refresh you guys on what's going on by talking a little bit about the fun stuff that's been happening, a little behind the scenes, and getting you guys hyped for what's going on. And yeah, I hope you guys really anticipate and enjoy, and are looking forward to it, because I'm having a great time with the TTRPG, and I'm thrilled you guys are having a blast as well, so thank you so much for enjoying. Yeah. Thank you for coming to hang out with me, everyone. Deadbeats and friends who are here for the first time. I appreciate you. And with that being said, I'm gonna go read super chats. For those of you heading out, I'm your Mori. Hope you'll remember me, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Thanks for hanging out, and see ya at the TTRPG stream next week. It's on my channel. Check for my schedule. Goodbye, everyone. Peace.